Hello, folks, and welcome to Templin Freestyle, where the Templin Institute plays what they want without warning, with zero hiccups whatsoever. I am the man behind the curtain, and I'm joined by the voice of the Institute, Larissa. How's it going?
Going fantastic.
Larissa. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I am super pumped, because this is going to be a super boring stream. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Yes, we have returned to Stellaris Invicta, but instead of actually continuing the storyline or doing anything exciting, we're going to go through the minutia of renaming colonies, setting up sectors, making sure our space stations are optimized, and, I don't know, upgrading ships. Just all the stuff that, yeah. The idea being that this game can be complex, and sometimes during our regular streams, we don't want to slow it down by playing the game well. So,
Because who wants to watch that?
We'll just cram it all into this, and hopefully it's okay. Alrighty, so, Larissa, would you mind linking that document in chat?
Of course.
Yeah, so you might recognize that document whenever it shows up as the one that we've been using to keep track of what happens in the game. But this time, you will find there is a new sheet with, I think it's called colony names or planet names.
GTU planets.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to go through all the planets, and we're going to start renaming the ones that don't make sense or the ones I just don't like. Because that has been a problem so far, I think, where there's so many locations in the GTU that I can't pronounce, and it's hurting.
Yeah, we're just going to pretend, lore-wise, that they were always named the way that we're naming them now.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. This will be a retcon of sorts.
Yay!
And then there can be arguments over which is the true canon. Like, Standard or GTU Legends.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So we start off with... Oh, someone did something.
Peanut cheered a bunch of Schlim-Shlams and says, can you name a planet after me?
Yes.
I believe you already had an admiral named after you, Peanut.
I'm going to name a planet after him for 20 seconds. And then I'm changing Soul back. In fact, I'm not even going to hit OK. I'm going to hit cancel. But know this, for the briefest of moments, something was almost named after you. Alright, so...
Our home planet was almost named after you.
Yeah. We got the solar system. It's just called Sol. Now, the first target on our list is the space station, which is just called Sol Station. And I find that kind of boring.
It is pretty boring.
What do we call it? Something better than that, I hope.
How about Canadarm 2?
Canada? No. We'll come back to that, but I want to hear suggestions in chat. Next up, we got Sirius, which I can never pronounce, because at that time I did.
You did pronounce it right. Yay.
And I also think that Sirius is fine.
Well, that one's got precedent. Like, we've documented that for hundreds of years. Like, I don't think we should change it.
Yes, and the planet in the Sirius system is named Acadia. I hope someone's writing this down in that document we linked. Otherwise,
yeah, this is all for naught.
Yeah, I mean, I could just do it later, but then what was the point of all of this? I don't know.
They are writing it down. Look at them go.
Nice. Okay, next, we got the Alpha Centauri system, which is also just a fine name, because that's what it's called. Okay, but here's our issue. Alpha Centauri Prime? I don't love it.
That's up.
It's like a pretty boring looking planet, nothing much going on. I might make an executive decision here. Because I've been wanting to call something Triumph forever, and I think that's a cool name. So I think Alpha Centauri Prime is going to be called Triumph.
Alright, fine. It's a fine enough name.
Fine enough. I think it's a great name. It's also a trading hub, apparently, according to this dialogue at the bottom of the screen here. Which means Alpha Centauri Station. Should we rename that too? Maybe.
Yes. Babylon.
Babylon?
Yeah.
Babylon 3?
Well, no. Because Babylon 3 blew up.
I'm not loving Babylon. I don't know.
Babylon's great.
What's the cultural significance of naming something Babylon?
It's biblical, if I remember correctly.
You know what we should do? Would you mind adding a name suggestion column to the document beside the planets and systems name? Like, people should be able to suggest a name and then what they want named, like whether it's a system or a station or something else. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think so.
All right, but until we rename something possibly Babylon, I'm going to move on to Jotunheimer. Is that how you pronounce
Jotunheimer.
it? Jotunheimer? I think I'm okay with. I mean, that was a Patreon poll, so it feels like we're kind of locked in.
We can't change that.
Yeah.
Can't change it.
But I mean, like, we also need to kind of determine like what is the naming convention for planets here.
We were naming them after, like, Acadia and Jotunheimer, I think, are fictional places.
Yeah, they're all like legendary lands. Like Elysium is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Well, maybe before we get into naming planets, maybe we should figure out the sectors situation. Like, one thing we could do is divide, like, all our space between the different commissariats. So, like, we could have like an Asian commissariat over here, where all the planets have Asian names.
Let's do one thing at a time.
Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out, like...
with...
But I mean, like, we got to figure out the sectors if we want the planets to be named after them, which is why I'm thinking maybe we should start there. But I don't know. So, shit. Maybe we should have thought of this beforehand, right?
Well, that's bureaucracy for you, thinking of everything after the fact.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's, I'm gonna make another federal decision here, executive decision. I think the commissariats that are on Earth will stick on Earth, so, like, we're not gonna have the Eurasian commissariat in space. We'll make up new commissariats so that we're not tied into any specific naming convention. So I think that's what we'll do. So, okay, back to the planets then. We got Jotunheimer. Is that how you pronounce it?
Jotunheimer, yeah.
Which is another trading hub with another space station that should be renamed at some point. Something Nordic-based, I assume. But then the other question we gotta ask is, should we start renaming, like, the minor systems with nothing in them? Because we got, like, Bernard Star, which is kind of lame.
Well, Bernard Star is actually a recognized star.
I know, and it pisses me off.
It's great. Fuck you.
Like, isn't that gonna be so weird when we finally get to space? We're like, oh yeah, we're hanging out in Bernard Star. Like, it's a big deal, and it's just named after some guy Bernard.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was a famous physicist or something. Okay, whatever. So let's move on to Astinda. And this is a definite candidate for being renamed, because I don't know what Astinda is. It's a system that has a gateway in it, which is kind of interesting. So what do we think? Are there any cool kind of, like...
There needs to be, like, something to do with gateways.
Oh yeah, maybe like a famous kind of, like, pass or something?
Oh, there's Rogers Pass.
Rogers Pass? Do you want us to name the system Roger?
No.
Yeah, I think we can do a bit better. Sorry, if the...
Golden Gate?
Golden Gate? Like the bridge?
Yeah. What about something... Which section was this in? Sector was this in, sorry?
This is in the Wasari Commissariat.
Ah.
But it is a human colony.
Okay, so what's the naming convention that we're going with for the Wasari?
We don't really have one. And just because it's in the Wasari Commissariat, it shouldn't be named after the Wasari, because it is like a human planet. It's completely unrelated. In fact, like, maybe the Wasari Commissariat should be renamed the Rasnum Commissariat. Because it's not really their commissariat anymore if there's humans in it now.
Plus, they're now allowed to freely move within the GTU.
Yeah, like every commissariat could be a Wasari Commissariat. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Wasari Commissariat becomes the Rasnum Commissariat. Their homeworld is the new capital of it.
Okay.
All right, we're achieving things. The Rasnum Commissariat with the Rasnum system. Okay, so that brings us back to Astinda. Have we set up that naming suggestions somewhere?
Yeah, I'm honestly though, I'm thinking I just want to stay in Twitch chat. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, Astinda. What do we got here? Something gateway related or a passway?
Tung Shao Pass or Bering Pass.
I like Bering. Like the Bering Strait?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate this. Although the system should be different from the colony name. And I kind of like the Triumph as like a kind of a base, and like Acadia maybe not so much, but I don't know. Like I feel like the colony name should be stuff like concepts like Amity and Triumph and
Well, we've already set up the convention of naming them after mythical places.
That's true. Yeah, we've kind of been all over the map here because we not necessarily though, because we have the Elysium system. We could rename the Elysium planet. Same with Jotunheimer.
Well, why? Okay, why should the planet and the system name not be called the same thing? Because there is precedent for that.
I don't know. In fact, I kind of prefer it. But there's also precedent for the opposite of that. Precedent, rather. Because in Sirius, we have the Acadia system. So we could go either way on this. I don't have an answer for you.
Okay. We can flip-flop. We can go flippity-floppity.
That's true. So you want to stick Jotunheimer in the Jotunheimer system? Also, did I name this right?
I love the name Jotunheimer.
Yeah, it's good. And I just fixed it because there's a space in front of it this entire time.
Unacceptable.
Okay, so, I mean, the Jotunheimer system we're keeping. Do you want to rename the Jotunheimer colony or keep it the same?
I'll keep it the same.
Okay, so that brings us back to Astinda, which we're still stuck on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look up some famous passes. I like that.
Well, La Manche was an option that was thrown out.
I kind of like Bering.
Okay, let's go with Bering.
Okay, also there's like some sort of large truck backing up directly outside my window. Is that being picked up at all?
I did hear it, yeah.
All right. Fuck. Let me see if I can do anything about that. Give me 1 second.
It did go away. Heard it only briefly. Well, now I guess it's just you and me, folks. He left again. But Geofoam has joined the Institute and hasn't left me alone, so there's that. Okay.
All right. I don't know if I did anything, but I threw a blanket in front of it.
It did go away.
Oh.
Like, it wasn't a big deal.
Well, the important thing is I stopped the entire stream over it, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going with Bering? Is that the plan?
Yes.
All right. How do you spell that?
Bering.
Nice. Bering Prime? No, I don't think we'll be doing that. And do we want the system name the same as the planet name?
Wait, what's the system name again?
Right now they're both Bering.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Wait, is there any, like, cities on the coast of the Bering Sea that maybe we can name it after?
To Google!
Yeah, let's Google this baby. We've also got the burrito system, which is, now that I'm reading it that way, I can't not read it that way. So what was another... Oh, someone suggested Anchorage, which is actually like a pretty sweet name for a colony, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, how about Anchorage in the Bering system? Is that meeting everyone's approval? Okay.
There's also a city right in the middle of the Bering Strait called Diomede.
Diomede? Ah, shit. I already really like Anchorage, so I think we should stick with that. Although, we could rename the station, even though it's not doing anything at the moment.
Call it Diomede.
All right, how do you spell that?
Diomede.
Diomede Station. All right, nice. All right, the Bering system is looking good. Capital planet Anchorage with Diomede Station. We're making progress. All right, now to the burrito system, which it only has
objectively awful.
Yeah, god damn it. What was another famous pass or strait or something?
Let's do something from Asia or Africa.
Someone suggested Kasserine, which is in Africa.
I like that.
All right, Kasserine it is. It's also the site of the Battle of the Kasserine Pass in World War II, which I assume why it was chosen. Okay, Kasserine, nice. All right, what else? What else do we got? We'll keep Rasdom the way it is, just because. Although Artemis, that's weird. Like, why would an alien planet be named after the goddess of the hunt? That's kind of strange, isn't it?
I don't think that.
Oh wait, didn't we rename it?
I think we did.
Okay. Did we have a reason?
I think we did.
Should we just trust past Mark and Larissa?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so Artemis is in the Rasdom system. We should rename the station to like Unity Station, as in like unity between the Wasari and humans. Is that too on the nose?
Well, when did we build that station? Was it when we were post granting them citizenship, or
we could say it was renamed in honor of the occasion.
Okay.
It used to be called the Occupation Station, and then they named it the Friendship Station or something.
The Friendship Ship.
All right, I'm just gonna call it Unity Station.
Okay. And maybe Temp has joined the Institute, so they clearly like the name.
And technically, I gotta call this Unity Bastion because it's a fortress. Oh wait, no, but we've been naming all of these after famous fortresses, so we need to give this a fortress name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there a fortress that was built on friendship, perhaps?
Well, there's some trade forts that we can use.
Like Fort Calgary?
Like Fort Calgary.
I think we could do better.
We already have a Halifax system.
Yeah.
What are some other really great trading fortresses?
What's that that citadel in Quebec? Is it just called the Citadel?
Don't know. Fort Erie? Fort Worth?
Fort Worth. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of liking Fort better than Bastion. Should we rename all of them to Fort something or other?
Sure.
Okay. Fort. Thermopylae, Fort. Gibraltar. Yeah, that sounds okay.
All right. We already have a Gibraltar?
Oh, yeah, we got a Gibraltar, we got a Verdun, we got a Lisbon, we got a Carthage, Okinawa. Fort what?
Malacca?
What's Malacca?
Don't know. It sounds familiar, though. Constantinople. It's more of a city than a fort.
Yeah. And for those of you just joining us, rather than our regular exciting streams, this is a decidedly not exciting stream where we're just going through all the minutiae of running the Empire here, or running the Union. So don't expect much exciting stuff. Just a lot of talking about naming stuff. So.
I mean, that's pretty exciting.
Moderately exciting. It's super exciting.
So great.
Neo
Antioch, Fort Knox.
Neo. We already got an Antioch, don't we?
Yeah, that's why they said Neo Antioch.
Ah, okay, very clever.
Vauban? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Julius Kaiser says, not even that much naming. To be fair, we're trying to put some thought into this. I'm just gonna look up like, famous castles or something.
That's hard. Fort Nelson. Jack Stacks just subscribed. Thank you. Maginot, Shaolin, Aegis. Kingston, also weak.
I got Arundel, which I'm kind of liking. It's English.
Fort Necessity.
Fort Necessity? Oh, wait. Fort Necessity. That's a thing, isn't it? Isn't that a real thing?
Alcazar.
I'm kind of liking Fort Necessity.
But it's just the bare necessities.
But also, you could say it was a necessity that the Wasara and humanity work together, right?
I'm gonna think of that song forever.
I kind of like Fort Necessity, though. Can we call it Fort Necessity?
Port Royal. That's got some pretty interesting history.
Port Royal.
Yeah.
So we like royal over necessity? Why would it be called royal? We don't like kings and queens and shit.
Port Royal, as in the famous
Port
city
Royal.
where...
Yeah.
Port Royal.
Yeah, I get it, but still, that's stupid. Fort Royal? We can't just rename it Port just for the sake of...
But it's a real historical place with a lot of really cool history in it.
We can call something else Port... We can't call something Port Royal. It can't be the pirate planet. God damn it. Okay, fuck you. I'm calling it... It's Fort Necessity. God damn it. We're spending way too much time on these, but that's probably a good thing.
No.
Alright. Next, we got the Amazon system, which I'm not in love with.
Didn't we name it that?
We did, and I'm still not in love with it. Amazon. I mean, it has, like... It's just, like, 2 on the nose, right? Because there's, like, a jungle planet, and we're calling it Amazon in the Amazon system.
I mean, I still like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because sometimes humans are just really, really simple.
I forgot we named this planet Amazon Prime. God damn it. No, we gotta rename the planet to something else.
But it's so funny.
Like Jungleopolis. What's, give me something, like, jungle related.
Okay, well, let's look up some cities that were in the Amazon. Canopy, New Paraguay, Pandora.
There was a city called Canopy?
No, I think they're just throwing that out as, like, it's related to jungles.
Okay, I kind of like Canopy. I think Canopy's pretty cool.
Themyscira, El Dorado. Brasilia.
I'm kind of liking Canopy. You got anything against Canopy?
It's just very English, you know?
You know what we do have, and it's kind of been driving me nuts, is, we named that one planet, that thing I can never pronounce, Talaka Clan or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
And I think we should rename it because, like, I can't pronounce it.
Can we focus on this planet?
Well, I'm saying,
to Talaka Clan.
What if we renamed this planet Talaka Clan or something Aztec-ish, and then renamed the other one too?
I don't want to be flip-flopping names around because that's just going to confuse us when it's a real stream.
Okay, how about Atzlan? That's like the,
Atzlan?
Yeah, it's like the mythical name of Mexico. That's not really a jungle now, is it? Or it's like the mythical name of, like, the Aztec people, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, Tenochtitlan was also suggested.
Tenochtitlan?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing that, too. I don't know, what are you liking?
Aztlan actually... no.
Yeah, people are saying it doesn't match, so...
Yeah, no. Tenochtitlan I really like, though.
But that's, like, I can't pronounce that either. Tenochtitlan? Are we sure that's how it's pronounced?
Well, that's a butchered English pronunciation, which will serve for now.
But we already got the other Aztec-named planet, which is already...
Which we're going to be renaming to something else.
I thought you didn't want to do that, though.
No?
Oh,
Tenochtitlan.
okay.
Let's just do it.
Well, maybe we should call the other planet Tenochtitlan, then.
No! Just do it!
Okay.
You were the one who just said we're spending too much time on this.
I know. How do you spell that?
Okay. Teno.
Uh-huh.
Chhtitlan.
Tenochtitlan in the Amazon system. Except it didn't work. Did I press cancel by mistake or something? Hey, Larissa, how do you spell that again?
You did press cancel. T-E-N-O.
Okay, wait, I copied and pasted it. We're fine. Why would I press cancel? Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
Okay, Thermopylae, I think we're going to keep the way it is, because that was, like, an awesome whole thing. Thermopylae Station is now a fleet yard, so I got to rename that.
Well, that'll be an easy one.
Yeah, I want to go through the stations after this, because we need to make sure that we have, like, space stations that are fulfilling various roles in each corner of the Empire. Okay, but moving on to Halifax, which needs some work.
Right.
Because we got Halifax Prime. In the Halifax system, which is a bit much.
Cape Breton,
Why Cape Breton?
because that's in Nova Scotia.
Why don't we just call it Nova Scotia?
No.
I don't know, Cape Breton, it's the name of a cape. That seems weird to me.
Okay, just Breton.
Breton? What's Breton?
Cape Breton.
I know, but what
just
about...
take out the cape.
What is a Breton? Like, what are we naming this after?
I think it's actually got English history.
Okay. I don't hate it. Well, who was Halifax? Let's look at that. Was it named after the man or the city? Probably the city, right?
I think it was named after the city.
Okay.
Newfoundland.
New Spaceland.
Bretons are from Brittany, which is French.
What about Dartmouth? That's a cool name.
Doesn't
really Nova Scotia.
fit. Does it? Is it in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, there is a Dartmouth in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, but there's also a Dartmouth in England.
It could be two things. Holy shit, Halifax has a nice flag. I just saw that. That's good.
How have you not noticed Halifax's flag before?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Dartmouth, Harborview, Cranberry.
Vinland.
Highfield. That's a cool name. How about Highfield?
Okay.
All right, Prime is...
Not as great as Cape Breton, but whatever.
Ooh, there's 2 planets in here. Although I kind of feel like...
Emma Vixen joined the Institute. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, for those of you just joining, this is a stream where we're just renaming stuff, so nothing too exciting happening unless you really like renaming stuff, in which case this is a great day for you.
Yeah. Wah8 says, is this video going on the Templin Archive channel? I think so.
Alright, so we got Highfield, and... Okay, we gotta rename the original planet Halifax, which is currently inhabited by Ospiranians who are... kind of angry.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, what else is in Halifax? We got Woodlawn, nah. Portland, nah. Any good names popping up in Twitch chat? I haven't been paying attention that much.
Bedford Basin is what the channel where the Halifax explosion happened connects to.
Bedford?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Bedford.
Bedford.
And Jack Stacks, thank you for the Schlim Flams.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not loving Bedford. What about Brightwood? Is that weird?
It's fine.
Not loving it? Okay.
Not loving it.
What about... I mean, that's all the coolest names in Halifax. Shearwater.
Sure.
Shearwater? What does that mean, Shearwater? Oh, wait, no, it's no good, because this is like a desert planet. We can't name it Shearwater.
Oh. Well, unless sheer means no.
Doesn't it mean, like only? Like it's sheer water, you know?
Or it's sheared of water. Sheer sands.
Sheer sand? Does that make any sense? Sheer sand?
Yeah.
I don't know. Huh, okay, let's keep thinking. I don't think we've got it yet.
Clendathu.
Clendathu?
Zoldi says Vinland is the name the Vikings had for Nova Scotia, so use Vinland.
Vinland? I don't got anything against it. Vinland in the Halifax? Okay, fine.
We'll do it.
Let that be a lesson to the rest of you. You want something named after you? Send bits.
No.
Yeah.
We'll take other suggestions, too.
Alright, Vinland. Okay. Have people been recording the names of these planets? Hopefully. Otherwise I can do it, but it would help me out.
No, they got it.
Awesome. And also my keyboard stopped working in the game, so that's nice.
Yay.
So I gotta press... Oh wait, I just fixed it. Okay, awesome. We got the Warsaw system. I'm a little unsure if we should be naming the system after the Bastion. Like, Warsaw Bastion sounds cool. But if the Warsaw Bastion's in the Warsaw system, it's a bit much. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it would make sense that they would call the station after the system.
Yeah.
Like, then you understand what system that it's in really quickly, because there isn't going to be another Warsaw Bastion.
That's true. I don't know, because then we gotta, like, rename a bunch of all our other systems to make it have sense. Because, like, we have the Buldoon system next to the Warsaw system. Like, it's just kind of strange.
Why is that strange?
I don't know. There's just no theme.
It doesn't have to be.
Alright, fine. Fine. Okay. So now we got Okinawa, and I think we do need to rename this one. We should keep the Bastion named Okinawa, but the system and the planet should be changed to maybe something else Japanese related.
Okay. Start throwing out Japanese names.
Yeah. Not necessarily like Japanese cities or stuff, but like Japanese concepts or something.
Okay. Osaka, Kyoto, New Tokyo, Honshu. Honshu, I really like Honshu.
Honshu.
Hokkaido?
Honshu is the largest and most populous island.
Yes.
Oh shit, Okinawa is a savannah world. How did that happen? Did it used to be someone else's planet? Then we just kind of...
Wrecked it? Potentially.
We could terraform it while we're here.
Okay.
I think it would really anger everybody on it, but they'll get over it in 10 years.
Yeah. Yamamoto or Yamashita.
Can't do, like, we can't name it after people. That's where I draw the line.
Alright.
It's too much to be named after one person, especially someone who's not directly related to the GTU. I'm gonna unpause the game for like 2 seconds just to see what happens here.
How dare you?
So far no one on this planet's particularly upset, so... Okay. Was it Honshu is the winner?
I really like Honshu.
Okay. And then what should the system be called? Honshu system or something else?
Something else. Does anybody know what the Japanese actually call their country? Because I'm pretty sure it's not Japan.
Isn't it like Nippon or something? Although we can't name it after just Japan itself. That's like kind of weird.
Yeah. Nippon. Nippon.
Also,
Okay.
isn't like Glorious Nippon like kind of a meme at this point? Like,
I'm not sure. Sengoku was suggested.
what's that mean?
I don't know.
Yamato is an older name for Japan. Is that true?
I don't know.
I mean, there's the battleship Yamato, which is the only thing I know it from. There's also Yamato Bakery across the street from me.
It's also a sushi place in downtown Vancouver.
Yamato is an ancient name for Japan. I think I'm sold.
Okay, let's do it.
So we'll just say the Yamato system was colonized by Japanese colonists who settled on the planet Honshu, and then repurposed the Okinawa Bastion from the aliens we conquered it from.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, now we got the Curis, which I don't even know, home to planet Rillis. Oh shit, it used to be inhabited by aliens, but then we kicked them all off, so we got that going for us.
Yay.
Alright, so what do you want this one to be called?
I
kind of like doing the like the nationality inspired names. Like we got Amazon is kind of like the South American inspired one, and we got Yamato, which is the Japanese one. Maybe we should continue that a bit more.
Yeah, Hohenzollern.
What's that?
That's German.
Oh, okay, so we want this like a German inspired place?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you are we sold on whatever you just said that I don't know how to pronounce?
Hohenzollern is the name of a family. A pretty prominent family.
I don't like that.
Trying to remember some of the province names. Or Teutonic. Yeah, that's good. I like Teutonic.
Teutonic? But isn't that's like describing something? Wouldn't it be just Teuton or something?
Teutonic is the name of the tribe. Like the Teutonic tribes of Germania. Germania.
Okay. Where are they from? Teutonic.
They were kind of in the Germany area before they formed a single tribe.
The Teutons. Teuton. Huh. I mean, Teutonic is cool, but it's a weird name for a planet because it's describing something else. You know, it's like Teutonic.
Well, I'll just call it Teuton.
But that's weird. That's a dumb name. It doesn't sound cool.
You're a dumb name.
I know. That's why we're not naming anything Planet Mark. So deal with it.
Teutonia.
Teutonia? That can't be the proper name. Let's move on from the Teutons. I'm not loving it.
All right. Well, Bayern was suggested, which is actually a province in Germany right now.
Are there any like ancient names for Germany?
Well, there's the Alemannia. There's the
what's Alemannia?
That's the French name for the Germanic tribe of the Aleman.
That's kind of weird. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, the reason why Germany has so many different names is because they had so many tribes for so long.
Right.
So it wasn't until like the 1100s, I think, that it was really unified.
Gotcha. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on this one. I think it's going to be up to you.
Well, Teutonberg.
Oh my god, please no.
What about just Germania?
Okay, fuck it. Germania, I guess we'll call the planet that and name the system something else.
Well, wouldn't it make more sense to call the system Germania and then narrow it down for the planet?
Alright, that's fair. Alright, Germania system with planet Berlinenberg.
No, not Berlinenberg. Zen Lawrence says it was unified under Bismarck, speaking of Germany. Not actually 100% accurate. Bismarck unified it on the modern political scale, but it was unified before under the Holy Roman Empire.
So what do I do with that information?
Oh, I'm just doing an education that actually has nothing to do with the administration of the GTU.
What's Brandenburg?
That's a place.
Okay. I don't know. Planet Brandenburg ain't that bad.
Planet Brandenburg.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that great.
Yeah. How about Danube?
After the river?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, how do you spell that?
D-A-N-U-B-E.
Oh, I totally guessed it. Alright.
Wait, let me double check it.
Oh, wait, what about is there a river called, like, the Rhine something?
Yeah, that's R-H... Oh, you're really testing my spelling. I'm really bad.
R-H-I-N-E. How about we call it Rhine?
Yeah.
That's like a cool river.
Okay.
Sorry, Danube is...
Rhine.
Yeah, it's weird.
Alright. It's called the Rhine.
Rhine in Germania. Nice. Okay, we're making progress. We should also rename the sector because... fuck, let's just call it the... Huh. How many sectors can we have? We're at 5 out of 9 right now.
Oh, wow. We can have so many sectors.
I think generally you want larger ones rather than smaller ones, but for lore purposes, it would be cool to have smaller ones.
Well, they should make sense.
Yeah, because we got Brazilian, or at least South American, English, Japanese, and Germany-inspired names in here, so there's no real overarching thing we could call this.
Actually, I want to rename Rhine a little bit. I want to use
Sure.
the Germanic spelling.
Okay, hit me.
Which is R-H-E-I-N.
Done.
Yeah.
Alright, so what is the regional capital? We can name it after that.
Of Rhine?
No, of the sector here that has Amazon and Halifax and Yamato and Germania.
Well, I'm thinking Thermopylae, since that's the most prominent of the whole area.
Yeah. I like that because we can say that it's home to like a fleet academy and crew. Yeah, like so we'll say the capital isn't on a planet but on a space station. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm digging it. Although now you got to tell me how to spell Thermopylae. You ready? Oh wait, someone put it in chat so I can just copy and paste.
Okay, do that. That's the wrong spelling though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I do?
All right, thermo.
Uh-huh.
P-Y-L-A-E.
Okay, thermo, P-Y-L-A-E. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
P-Y-L-A-E.
That's what I did.
Okay, I was looking at what you had spelled,
But
and then waiting
right?
for it to catch up. You got it now. It's fine.
Okay, good. Thermopylae Commissariat. Nice. Okay, making progress.
Nice.
So now we need to expand the commissariat to include. What am I doing? The Carthage system, which I don't know. I'm not loving. I know we named it that, but I'm still not loving it. Like, why would the hell would we rename it after some old nation that no one thinks about anymore?
To not lose history?
I guess, but it's just like, I don't know, it's weird.
You're weird.
I know. I mean, Carthage is still a thing in Tunisia, I guess. Okay, fuck it. We'll make this like a North African inspired place.
Okay.
But let's rename the system to something more encompassing all of North Africa. A lot of Carthage fans in chat here today.
I don't know if North Africa ever has a single name.
Nah.
Algiers is suggested.
Algiers? Yeah, that could work.
I like that.
But that's kind of like Algeria centric, right? It's ignoring some of it.
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
No.
Oh, what about Sahara?
Sahara's not well. Yeah.
It's like a big thing.
Yeah.
It probably means desert in some language, but it's just cool sounding, so. Oops, now I gotta rename Carthage again. There we go. Alright, and now we got a fortress here we gotta rename. Should we call it Tobruk? That's like a World War II town that was under siege forever.
Sure.
How do you spell that, though? I don't know.
Say it again.
I think Tobruk, I want to say.
Yes, you're right.
Except I should be calling these things Fort Tobruk now, because I said I was going to do that.
Yes.
Fort Tobruk. Okay. And the Sahara system next to planet Carthage. Alrighty. This is looking a bit... Okay, so we've done the Thermopylae Commissariat. That's done. We're good to go. The Wasari Commissariat's fine. Now we got the...
although Alexandria for the planet name.
Oh, shit.
That's way better.
Okay, I'm with you. Fuck off, Carthage. We can give them like a consolation prize, maybe. Is there like a city planet somewhere?
Yeah.
There's a jungle planet we could call Carthage. It's like a moon.
Ooh, a jungle moon?
Yeah, alright.
Okay, chat, stop suggesting Cadia. We're not doing that. It has to be from Earth history, not Warhammer.
This is not a Warhammer stream. You may have been confused. I'm also going to terraform this place, just because why not?
Sure.
Alright, so the Algan occupation zone. We could leave this one because it is still pretty new to the Union. However, we could give these territories back to the Union of Numerium to make it stronger.
What does that get us?
Well, we don't have to worry about them, which would be one thing, because right now they're inhabited by Polinians who are currently deporting. It would also strengthen the Union of Numerium, so our vassal would be a bit stronger. And eventually, if our plan is to incorporate the Union of Numerium into the GTU, which maybe we won't, but who knows. If that's the plan, though, we'd eventually get them back. Should we do a poll, maybe?
I feel like this is a decision best left for a mainstream, not
Yeah.
the administrative
For
stream.
the mainstream?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. We'll leave the Algav occupation zone then for another time.
Yeah. But we
Okay.
can rename it.
Oh, I mean, the name is, I think, is probably pretty fine.
Mm.
Again, occupation zone. It's like a temporary thing. Eventually, it'll be renamed.
Okay.
Yeah. You all right? You sounded pretty defeated.
Yeah. Where did we put Lisbon Station?
Lisbon is in the border land. Up north
Like
here.
to the north.
Yeah, it's right here.
Rimward. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get to my idea later.
Can we rename it Iberia, the system?
Yeah, that's what I was exactly thinking.
Nice. All right, done.
Yay!
All right, but let's get back to kind of the main zone. So we got Elysium, which is fine. We got I don't even know how to pronounce this place. Vaikantha, maybe? It's this Indian name for heaven, I believe. But here's the problem. It's like the most important system in the GTU because it connects the rim to the core. Except I can't pronounce it, and it's not that memorable.
I feel like that's a lazy excuse.
Really?
Yeah.
So you want to
You
keep it the way
can
it
just
is?
go into you can just go into Google Translate and have it read it back to you, or check any pronunciation video.
Alright,
But
I'm gonna look
if
it up
you're
right
like
now.
if you're 100% certain, I think maybe we go with Constantinople.
Constantinople? Eh.
It was the gateway between Europe and Asia.
But like, I kind of want something that encompasses all of humanity, like more like a concept like triumph than an individual place. Like it should be something universal. Like freedom, or something better than that. We could call it union.
We could call it capitalism.
Capitalism? I don't think we practice capitalism anymore.
Well, yeah. Libertania.
Eh. Just
And
$3
thank you,
signs.
Eternal99 for subscribing.
Thank you very much. What do people think of Union? Like it's named after the Union.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah. A lot of joke names. Maybe Alliance or Dominion or Earthland.
These are all really English centric.
That's true.
Equalia?
What about Terra? Would that be weird?
That's way too confusing.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Siberia.
Siberia.
Vostok, the first ship to send man to space.
But then it's like a Russian kind of centric. I mean, I got nothing against that because I love Russia. Like, I'd love to make the most important system in the GTU to be Russian, but... Or we could just keep it.
I'm fine with keeping it.
Okay, then let's make we'll make it Indian centric. So we already got Nitya Vibhuti, I think. I'm gonna try. Does that look right?
Oh, I'm waiting to catch up.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Nitya Vibhuti.
What is that?
Think?
Can we look that up?
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up too. Oh, it's the one of 6 metaphysical categories of something.
It's some spirituality.
It's part of Hinduism. Okay, I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
We should have a more traditional Indian name for the main planet.
Okay. Start throwing out some cool Indian names,
Yeah.
like from the subcontinent of India.
Hindia is apparently the Latin translation of India, but that's a bit much.
No.
Indus is like a big river.
Moksha?
Moksha. What's that?
Enlightenment by complete destruction of the self.
Ooh, is that what we want to be endorsing? That doesn't sound great.
I don't think so. Tamil Rajanante? No.
What's
Chat's scrolling so
Tamil?
fast, I keep butchering this. Tamil, isn't that something food?
I don't know.
Samsara? Oh, I do not understand enough about how the Hindu language is structured to be able to get these names right.
Yeah, like India in general is not my expertise, so for those of you just joining us, we're renaming the main planet in the Vakantha system, which is the gateway system between the border and the core of the GTU. Oh, Mashka is the destruction of your ego. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or Moksha. Do we do Moksha? I'm kind of digging it.
Moksha? Yeah.
All right.
Because the system does have that very spiritual name, so.
Moksha. Nice. Okay. So moving on.
Chandragupta was also suggested. I don't know what that means, but I like the sound of it.
Chandragupta. I'm already kind of digging Moksha. Shiva.
Well, is there another system or planet or something in that
Oh,
system
apparently
rather that we can?
Chandragupta is a person, which goes against my one rule. All right, should we move on?
Yes.
All right, now we got like a ton in here because we stopped renaming stuff. So we got Samnavik, which is just your typical run-of-the-mill colony, doing pretty okay. Low gravity. Beyond that, we can call it anything.
Okay, well, Semnavik kind of has a Slavic-sounding name already, and I like that.
Yeah, I think Russia planet should be this former Scorpia planet, though, because it's awesome. But we could do a couple Russian, like maybe a Russian-sounding name here and like in Eastern Europe. Oh, how about Polish for Samnavik?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Polish or one of the other Slavic countries.
Okay. But I mean, look, we're playing Witcher, so I think kind of...
Yeah. We've already got a Warsaw system, though, so we're not going to call it Warsaw.
Yeah.
And we've already got an Antioch.
Names for Poland. Let's see.
Nova Polska.
Nova Polska?
I kind of like the sound of that. Yeah, although is Nova new in Polish?
I think so. I mean, what else could it be?
Well, I mean, it could also be Italian, so.
I don't know. Nova Polska?
It is Polish, so I like Nova Polska.
All right, done. For the planet or the system? I think the planet.
The planet. A lot of people are suggesting Danzig or Gdansk.
Are those cities?
Gdansk is a city, yeah.
What about like a mountain range or a river or something that goes through all of Eastern Europe that we could call the system?
Well, there's the Danube.
Uh,
There's also the Hadriatic Sea.
oh, okay.
The Hanseatic League was there, connecting everybody with their trading routes.
Isn't that in the Mediterranean?
There's one in the north, and then there's one in the south.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure the one in the north is the Hansa.
What about someone said Vistula? It goes through Poland, Belarus, Ukraine, and Slovakia.
Oh, yeah. Vistula?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, I might have my geography wrong.
Yeah?
Hansa is the Baltic. So then why is Hamburg called Hansestadt?
Well, the
That doesn't-
Baltic's on the north, right? So that would be next to
Yeah?
Poland and Germany.
God, my geography is shit.
Mine's pretty good, but only in the context of Kaiserreich. So I can tell you where, like, Siam is, but no. All right. Scorpio is going to be the new Russia planet. I'm making a...
All right, I'm gonna let you lead this one.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm thinking Rodinia or Rodina. It's Russia from Motherland, which is sweet.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I get that right. Yeah, it probably is. Rodina and I mean Gerstengrad, obviously for the planet, right?
Oh no.
All
There's
right.
your little cameo.
What's a good Russia planet name? I mean, we could just call it Rodina or Rodnia or whatever it's called as well, but God, I really want to call it Leningrad, but the Soviets didn't win.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying Volga.
Yeah.
That's that river.
Kursk.
Kursk is just some small town. If not for the battle, no one would have known about it.
Tomsk.
Tomsk. I'm thinking Volga is yeah, let's do Volga.
Okay, Volga.
Nice. Okay. Next on, we got Hawaii, which is I think a New Zealand or like a the Maori. Is that how you pronounce the tribe?
Yeah, Maori.
Okay, I think we should keep it, but let's just make sure we got that right.
Yes. We're also gonna need some Native American
Yes.
stuff. There's so many cultures that we can steal from. It's great. We don't have to be creative at all.
Yeah, Hawaii is a place from Polynesia mythology. We could rename the system or the planet to something else more related to Polynesia, but oh, and it's an ocean planet. How about that?
Perfect. I think we've planned that.
Yeah.
I think we already named these ones.
Okay, should we keep it?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next we got Itza, IZTA, which that's got to be like the default name because it makes no sense to me.
It sounds pretty Aztec.
Yeah, and
Or
it is...
not necessarily Aztec, but something in that region.
Well, have we used Aztlan yet? We have not, right?
No.
I'm kind of thinking we should rename Tlacocan to Aztlan. And we can make that the kind of Aztec Central America system.
Okay.
So as for Itza, we could do Native American. Or we could just do American. We could do both. Like, we got 2 planets here, so we could do like a Native American inspired one and then a regular American inspired one. And by regular, I
Okay, everybody else has got whole systems for their own cultures, and then we're splitting it with the Americans? Nah.
But, okay, fair enough. Do you want to do a Native American then?
There's plenty of really cool tribe names that we can use. And probably some, like, if we're wanting to do something a little more abstract, we could do Chinook.
How about Kananaskis?
Yeah.
I've always loved that name.
It's such a great name, Kananaskis.
All right, Kananaskis with the system, how about? And we can do 2 planets.
Yeah, Apache, Sioux, Algonquin, Iroquois, like so many great names.
Oh yeah, Iroquois. Although would naming an entire planet after just one tribe be kind of offensive?
Well, they were never really united, so...
But I just mean there's like a million different tribes. We can only name... We got 2 names, so like how do you choose which ones to...
Whichever one we like.
Okay. I mean, what do you... I like Cree, I like Blackfoot. I don't know. Well, I'll leave this one to you. What are you thinking?
I like Iroquois.
Alright, Iroquois. Let me just figure out how to spell that. Okay, Iroquois. Alright, done.
Perfect.
And we could do like, we could go north and go like for the Inuit or something.
Iqaluit?
Yes.
Yeah. I do really love that name too.
How do you spell that?
You bring shame.
I know. But do you know how?
Iqaluit.
Iqaluit? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, moving on. We got the troubled system of Tlacacan, which is currently under attack by monsters. And it's also home to the human Claris, which are a bunch of jerks.
Okay, so we're gonna have to come up with some kind of like relevant name there to have a little bit of poetry to it.
We could call just the system Atzlan, because I think that's a sweet name, and eventually this problem's going to be resolved. But we could go into like Central American mythology for the planets or something.
Okay. There's... Yeah, there were a whole bunch of monsters that were really, really cool, because Tlacacan was where we found the kaiju, right?
No, that was a different planet, but we then found other kaiju here recently.
Okay. So we found them.
Yes.
Here.
And then they took over the planet, and we're currently... Because the original plan was, on the newly renamed Atzlan, we had the human Claris. And the human Claris are being a bunch of jerks. So we decided we're going to colonize the moon, and we're going to send them all there. Except then we found Titanic life on the moon, which then took over, so we can't send the Claris there until we've killed all the kaiju. Also, maybe we should also be terraforming this place, right? Because it's like a desert planet, everyone hates it there. Let's just do that.
Let's just do it.
We'll leave the moon the way it is, because the Claris like deserts, but... Alright, so, let's start with the biggest planet then. Currently it's named Atzlan after the system, but should we give it some better name? I mean, we could rename it back to Tlacacan. Tlaca, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Admiral Moby says, okay. The Ahuitzotl.
Oh my god. You know, the point was to make this easier to pronounce, close. Right?
Yeah. It's, it's the name for spiny aquatic thing.
But it is a desert, so... I don't know. Talaka clan, I guess, would be fine. Talak-o clan. Do you know how to... I've already lost it, so I don't know what it was. Apparently it was an old city-state. In the Aztecs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not loving it.
Okay, it's Tlalocan.
Do you want to stick with that, though, or should we find something else? Because the original thing was I couldn't pronounce it, so...
Yeah, well, it's a paradise.
Oh, okay. So that was T-L-A... Sorry?
Tlaloccan.
One more time.
Tlaloccan.
Okay. And it was a Paradise Lost, too, because as I recall, that's where we had the terraforming disaster. Which we're now finally fixing.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. So, okay, now we got to deal with the prison moon, which is currently under attack. What do we call that
I
place?
think it's also pronounced Tlalocan.
Talokan?
Tlalocan.
Tlalokan. I'll try.
Tlalocan. I think.
Tlalokan. Oh, god damn it. Can't we just call these places like Planet Jim, Planet Dennis?
No.
Okay. So what do we want to call the moon?
I think it should be named after a monster.
Yeah, I agree.
An Aztec monster.
Like one of those serpents that are like way more impossible to pronounce. Like Quista Morto Cal Buente. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because that sounds Spanish, not Aztec.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Any suggestions in chat?
Medusa, but that's the wrong. It's the wrong culture.
Yeah, we need a we need something Central American.
Quinametsin. What is that one?
I don't know. I got a. There's a thing on.
Quinametsin stands more than 10 feet tall and weighs about 650 pounds.
What is it?
They're giants.
Okay. How do you say that again?
Quinametsin.
Quinametsin? All right, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Someone want to put that in chat or?
I can spell it.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not. For some reason, I can't rename this. Oh, I don't think I can rename it because technically we don't have control of it at the moment.
Oh, no.
All right, can someone put a note in Adslan Secondus in the document that we're going to be renaming this to something, whatever it was? What was it?
Quinametsin.
Quinametsin. All right, fair. Okay, so now we're moving on to Prothon. Home to Prothon Prime. It's an ocean planet full of people, a lot going on. What's some other culture from Earth we could have this one be colonized by?
What about
Who haven't we done?
Like
we still haven't done just America, which seems like a bit of an oversight.
Yeah. We got Canada. Let's do America.
Okay. Well, I mean, the obvious name is Columbia, right?
Yeah, or Washington.
Yeah. Columbia.
Because Columbia is also a country name.
Yeah, but it's the personification of America. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is.
Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia, the historical female personification of the United States, and the poetic name for the Americas. So this could kind of be all of the Americas, but mostly the states.
What about Columbus?
But then you're just naming after the dude.
Yeah, but it's too close to the country name Columbia, which has a slightly different spelling, but it's pronounced almost identically.
But I like Columbia. All right, fine. We could call it Liberty. That's another American thing.
All right. We'll call each planet Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness.
Liberty, by the way, the capital of the Democratic Federation, in a little thing called Dawn of Victory.
Ooh.
So I'm ripping myself off here. All right, Liberty Prime. Obviously, we should probably rename that to something less cheesy. What do we like?
Yes.
Planet America.
Planet Express.
Planet Express.
Liberty's Hold.
Dallas.
Detroit.
Detroit. We need something for all of America, not just a single city or state or whatever.
What about fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah. I'm looking up American ideals. Maybe there's like a.
What about freedom?
Oh, Planet Freedom. Oh man, nah, we can do better. Amity. We could call it Amity.
Amity. Appleseed.
Appleseed?
Yeah.
We can't call it Appleseed.
Okay. What about the guy with the blue ox?
We can't name
Bunyan.
it Paul Bunyan. No, we can do so much better. America is a big place. We can do Springfield.
Springfield. That's great.
I'm like an Amity. I think Amity is so
Amity,
far.
yeah, I can take Amity.
Okay.
Bottom.
I was wondering if anyone would catch up on that.
Bottom.
We can't close the beaches. It's the 4th of July. All right. So now we've got this sector. What's the capital? I really like the idea of not having a planet be the capital, but instead a space station. So I think we should build a new space station.
Okay.
We've got, what do we got in there? We got a fleet depot and a shipyard. But neither of them are really capital material. Let's build like a, okay, how about this? Let's build a giant space station in Rodinia, but we'll have it be like a non-Russian name, and that'll be the capital.
Okay. What name are you thinking then?
I don't know. What's, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should just name it after some other planet, but it's too late now. Let's have Valhalla. That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Are there any folklores from Russia that's got some pretty cool names? Ural?
Those are the mountains, aren't they? Tunguska.
Tunguska. That, I recognize the name, but I can't remember why.
It's, I don't know if it's like a forest or something, but it's a place in Siberia that meteor hit in like the 18 whatever. We mentioned it in the Chimera video.
Yeah, that's why I recognize it. Tunguska?
That's still a weird name for just like the...
Aurora.
Oh, fuck yeah, Aurora, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Aurora. Thank you, Louis Caballero T.
You look up Aurora, and the first result is Aurora cannabis. What's with that?
Because it's a strain of cannabis?
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, Larissa, so... Alright, so... Scorpio Prime is now the Aurora Commissariat. How the hell do you spell Commissariat?
Hey, folks, we need your help writing the notes.
Alright, Aurora Commissariat. Done. Okay, moving on. We've got what's currently called the Outer Rim Commissariat, which is a bit of a mess. We'll start with Jotham, I guess. I mean, we got Jotunheim, which is like the Nordic thing, right?
Yeah, and I think we can probably lean into that a little bit more because we've just got Jotunheim 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, let's go back to Jotunheimer then. Is there any other Nordic name we can give this?
Yes, there were a lot of suggestions earlier, so throw them out again, guys.
Like something that's Scandinavia-ish?
Yeah, we need a lot more Scandinavian. Uppsala. Jormungandr. Yggdrasil. I like Yggdrasil.
Isn't that the name of that tree or something?
Yeah, it's the tree of life.
I like that.
Yeah, Yggdrasil. Okay.
Yggdrasil. All right, Yggdrasil in the Jotunheimer system.
Yeah. And there needs to be one called Valhalla.
Valhalla. I can name a moon or something, Valhalla. What do you think? There's an ice asteroid. That seems kind of cool.
Ooh, okay. What were the ice people called? Damn it, the ice giants. Aesir.
All right, how do you spell that?
Aesir.
Alrighty.
Or were they the Vanir? God damn it.
It's too late now. Is there anything else we can colonize in the Jotunheimer system? Because it'd be cool to get a Valhalla planet, but doesn't look like it. Okay, never mind.
Aesir were the gods. No, Aesir with the gods.
Oh, okay. So what am I supposed to call this then?
Jotun.
Okay, how do you pronounce that, or how do you spell that?
Jotun.
Yolton. All right. All right. Now back up to the north. This is the Jalfam system. So what do we want for this one? Who haven't we done yet? We haven't done a lot of Asia.
Yeah, we could probably get China in there.
Yeah, we've overlooked them enough.
Someone is also requesting Turkish,
Okay.
which would be also cool. But
let's
let's start with China, then we'll do Turkish.
Yeah, that sounds good. Names of China. Let's see.
Tsingtao?
What's
I don't know what that is. Or Hangzhou? Shenzhen?
There's apparently it's also known as oh, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I'm gonna reject or I withdraw my idea.
Okay, so we're naming the system first, right?
Yeah.
Tsingtao is a big port city.
We need something for all of China.
Yeah. What about a dynasty name?
Well, what I'm hoping for is I don't know, I'm gonna butcher this, like Zonggao, maybe? Which means Middle Kingdom in Chinese, which seems pretty cool.
Okay.
In fact, I'm kind of really digging that.
The X sound is a CH sound, by the way.
There's no X in this.
Okay.
I'll
I
type
couldn't. Okay.
How's that look?
Gotta wait for it to catch up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even have the first idea of how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Zongguo?
Zongguo?
I don't know.
That could be it.
I need to learn how the basic structure of these languages work.
Yangtze has been suggested a lot. That's the river, right?
Yeah. I like Yangtze.
I like that too. Let's do that.
Okay.
So now I gotta capitalize it. Yeah, Yangtze. All right, planet name. What do we like?
I think there's going to be a riot if we don't say Cathay.
What's that?
Cathay.
But isn't Cathay the name of China in some other language?
Yeah, it kind of feels strange to me. Like, what's the Chinese name for Cathay?
Wouldn't it just be China? Like, oh, it's the historical name for China in English, which is like kind of lame.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I want like more traditional Chinese.
Yeah. Sorry, all you Cathay fans, but get fucked.
Zhongguo literally means center of the world.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool. You could call the planet that.
Okay.
Let me just hit back on my browser long enough so I can... Okay, Zongguo. Alright. That is looking good.
So, actually, they're saying Hangzhou for the planet, Zhongguo for the system.
Okay. How do you spell Yangtze again?
That's Y-A-N-G... Damn it. Yeah, Y-A-N-G-T-Z-E.
Done. Yangtze in the Zhongguo system. I gotta look that up. I gotta look up all these, but... Okay, so, now we want a Turkish name, right?
Yes.
And I guess we've also overlooked the Middle East. The problem is, we're running out of planets. The only one left in this commissariat is home to a bunch of weird aliens. So let's see if there's anywhere else we could do... Yes, we got the Galpan system, which can be our Middle Eastern system.
Excellent.
All right, so aside from like Anatolia, what's a good Turkish Middle Eastern name?
Okay, Turkish names, folks.
Turkey
Okay.
means
Woo.
land of the Turks.
Sakarya for the river feeding the Anatolia.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the system.
Sakarya.
How do you pronounce or spell that?
Sakarya.
Wait, you always go slightly too fast. Skar.
Sakarya.
Sakaria. Okay, and Constantinople for the thing.
Yes.
Hey, wait. Although, didn't they specifically rename it from Constantinople to Istanbul because they were tired of it being called that?
Yeah, Istanbul, I think, is actually a traditional name.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that's so.
Yeah.
New Istanbul or something else?
Well, what's new in Turkish?
I don't know. Constantinople, or Istanbul if you prefer, is on the Bosporus Strait, which might be a cool name. Bosporus? Nothing? No love for Bosporus?
No.
Okay.
I actually can't remember what the name of the Turkish language is. Is it Kurdish?
No. Isn't Turkish just Turkish? Yes, Turkish language.
Okay, so if we're gonna call it New Istanbul, it would be Yeni Istanbul.
Yeni Istanbul. Yeni?
Yeah.
So is that what we're settled on then?
Let me just confirm that Istanbul is actually the way they call their city.
Sure. Oh, and it would be Istanbul, or no, Yeni Istanbul. Okay. If there's any Turkish experts in chat, please let us know if Yeni Istanbul is a good name.
Yeah, because Byzantium was given to them by the Greeks.
Yeah, and that's just
And
like
then
way
the
too old.
Constantinople was given to them by the Romans.
This man Lartif says Yeni Istanbul is correct, but not that cool. So I don't know. Have we got anything better than Yeni Istanbul?
Ephes? Don't know. That sounds. Istanbul means in the city in Greek.
Hmm. All right, Yeni Istanbul. I'm calling it.
It's calling it. Well, I mean, they might have lost some documents and stuff in the bombardment of Earth because of the friggin' Tyrum.
Those bastards. All right, so I think that might be all of them, all the planets. Oh wait, except Shukkan,
Oh.
home of planet Styrium, which is also home to the Plenian species that we're currently getting rid of.
Ooh. Okay.
It's a jungle planet, home to also some humans who've been living it up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got to rename the system. And who haven't we done yet? I feel like we're still missing out on a bunch of Asia.
We haven't done France either.
That's true.
Or Central Africa.
That's also true.
There's Congo.
Congo, that'd actually be pretty sweet. But is that too, like... Is there like some sort of jungle in Congo that we can name it after?
Zaire was suggested.
Hold up, I'm bringing up Wikipedia.
Zaire is the name of the... Huh.
Isn't that just a country?
Well, it's the name for the Democratic Republic of Congo
Oh, yeah.
that existed for like 20 years. It's also the name of their currency.
Congolese rainforests. I'm not finding much.
Mandarin Nut 5387 says, it's not going to happen, but we should rename the Tyrum homeworld to Fuck the Tyrum. I kind of like Zaire, though.
But that's just like a country. I don't know if we should name it after that. I want to find like a jungle or something. I think that's a cool. Although I'm not really finding much. African jungle names. This is
Okay, so the original Congo word for river, Nzer, was interpreted by the Portuguese as Zaire. But there's like an N at the beginning of it. Nzer.
Alright, fine. For the system or the planet? I feel like the planet, 'cause that's like a jungle river name.
Yeah.
Alright, how do you spell that?
Nzare.
Nzer? Zare?
Nzer.
So Nzare.
Yes.
Okay, and what about the system?
Serengeti was suggested.
Serengeti?
Orinoco?
Orinoco? Orinoco Flow?
Yeah, Orinoco Flow.
That's South America, that's not Africa.
Yeah? Okay.
How about Kilimanjaro?
Ooh.
As in the mountain?
Yeah, that's a mountain.
But it's also like a symbol of Africa, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, we don't want to reduce the whole continent to, just like their landmarks,
I know,
There's a lot of stuff there.
Right now, like, we only got one African planet, and it's from the Congo, more or less. So I feel like if it's going to be something, it should be something that's all of Africa is symbolized with, which is kind of Kilimanjaro.
Okay, Kilimanjaro.
Alright, I also know how to pronounce it, which is another bonus. Alright, Kilimanjaro. Nice. So I believe that is all the planets. Is anyone managing the document? And if so, is there something you want us to look back on, just to make sure we got it all written down?
They've been pretty good about keeping track of the document.
Okay.
Was there any planets in Thermopylae?
No. Thermopylae is planetless. Except for the space station, which is the new capital.
Copy that. Someone did a thing and I missed it. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
Follow Kid is now hosting. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, I think we're almost done here. We'll manage the space stations, I think, on our next stream, because that's more important to the gameplay than just lore stuff. But we got a bit of time left, so how about we just go through our ships real quick and just upgrade them and see if we can come up with better names.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to do autocomplete for most of these suckers, and maybe we'll get back into it more during one of the regular streams, but for now we'll just upgrade them. We got the Longbow and the Saber for corvettes, and I think we're good. We got the Normandy and the Belleau Wood for destroyers. The cruisers, we only got one right now, and it's the Vladivostok. And I feel like we could use more cruiser types. Should we leave this for the regular stream, though? Because this is getting into gameplay stuff.
Yeah, and we can pause and work on ship designs and main game stuff. But we should make sure that all our stations are upgraded.
Yeah. But those are all both gameplay stuff, and we have been going for close to 2 hours now. Should we just call this here and then work on the other stuff next stream?
All right. Julius Kaiser wants to know, though, who the current High Marshal is.
Ah, that's a good question. It is, yes, it's, I can't ever pronounce this. Ming Huang, maybe?
I think it's QI. Isn't that a T sound? I had a friend named T-Win, but it was spelled Q-I-W-E-N.
I don't know.
Ting Huang? Eh?
Maybe. Ting Wang? That sounds kind of right.
Don't know.
Alrighty, so I think we'll call it here.
Chin. Okay. Q-I-N-G is red chin. Thank you.
Ching Huang?
Chin.
Chin Wang?
Chin Huang.
Chin Huang. She is the current High Marshal. Okay, yeah, so here's where we are. Thanks everyone for joining us for what was, I think it was hopefully entertaining and interesting. Also, if you haven't already, check out the video we just posted today to our YouTube channel where we talked about how we came up with the GTU in the first place. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was well done.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Larissa, thanks for joining me, but we haven't heard the last of you yet because you'll be back tomorrow for Fuck You, It's Friday.
Yes, tomorrow.
At, 7 p.m. Mountain Time?
Yeah, or 6 p.m. Pacific Time if you're in a normal time zone.
I love how between us we only cover a very small sliver of the whole, time zone thing. It would be much easier if I was just on the Eastern, because then you could kind of get from there. Anyways, the point is, you're playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It's been going pretty well. What's happening tomorrow? Do you remember where you were?
No, I need to review last stream.
Okay, well, something's happening in The Witcher 3, and then again, we'll be back on Saturday for Grand Strategy Saturdays. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I'm glad we made it through a stream without any fuck-ups on my end, so we will see you tomorrow!